Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Today is January 8th. Cannot believe, I guess for most people it's the new year. For some of us, it's not the new year yet, but it is January 8th. 8 days in the new year for others. And, I'll be celebrating New Year, come April. So, thought I would hop on here and do some Phasmo. I'm early. I know. Very early. But, my sleep schedule, and I'm gonna get a cough drop, so it's gonna get a little crinkly. My sleep schedule has been getting back on track. So I've been waking up with my hubby more, not as sleepy and whatnot. So I am ecstatic that I'm getting back on a schedule, because before it was just like so broken up, and I'd be like literally fall asleep for 2 hours and wouldn't be able to get back to sleep, and it was just annoying to say the least. So made some changes, and those changes are working, I am happy to say. All right, so one thing I noticed on here I didn't before is that the weekly tasks are not the same for everybody. I was watching my hubby play yesterday, and you see this top weekly where it says Grafton Farmhouse. You have the complete objectives in Grafton Farmhouse. I don't like Grafton Farmhouse. Don't like it. I don't like it at all. My favorite is either Tanglewood Drive or Camp Woodwind. So I load up his game, and I wasn't playing for him because I played like an hour, and I don't really play much. Hold on, I'm gonna clear my throat real quick because this is crazy. So I play for an hour, and I typically get burned out. An hour or so. Sometimes I can go 2 hours, 3 hours, but yesterday I played for about an hour. I did a couple of matches in Phasmophobia, and I had the game glitch on me a couple of times, and it just the last was just I was like done. I had two different ghosts to choose from, and it was between two different pieces of evidence. One of them was ghost orbs, and there are no ghost orbs to be found. I did not see them at all. I looked with the camera. I looked everywhere. So I was like, and I wasn't getting freezing temperatures, but I was like, okay, so if I'm looking through and I don't see any orbs, obviously it's got to be freezing temps, and maybe I'm just not standing in the right spot. So I was done. I had everything I needed. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go on this because I ruled out ghost orbs, and I was playing on professional. It was not a hidden whatever you call it, evidence. It wasn't hidden evidence. It wasn't nightmare insanity. So I made my selection, and I can't remember what the other one was, but I know for sure it's Raju was the one with the orbs, and I didn't select that one. I selected the one that was with freezing temps. So I make my selection, I leave, it loads, and it was a Raju, meaning that there should have been orbs. I was like, I am so done with you, game, because there are no orbs. Anyway, so I was set, and I load up the game for my hubby, and I look at his weekly task, and he has complete objectives in Camp Woodwind. I was like, what? But I have it at Grafton Farmhouse. That is, and everything else is the same. Everything else is the same except this top part. The top part is different. His dailies are the same. All the other weeklies are the same except that top part. I was like, okay, this game obviously has something against me because it gives me most of the top weeklies I don't like to do because it's at a location that I don't really care for. So I was like, oh, icky. Oh, so anyway, that was my complaint this morning. Um, I was just not a happy camper. Anyway, I hope everyone had a great, is having a great week. We're halfway through the week. Halfway over. Grab one of these. I do things a little differently. I started to lose my patience with this game, in all honesty. I just don't really want any other game to play. I don't really care too much for picking up games and relearning them. Like, once I learn the mechanics of a game, like, I kind of, like, want to keep playing that game. It's just Phasmophobia has been really, really mean lately. It has been. It's a game, I know. Games can't be mean, but I just feel very attacked. Nothing on the activity board yet. So, that's why I opened the gate. Usually you have, like, a timer. And I usually will say that if you are playing this game, it is best to throw everything in the gate to get that, like, 1 minute timer. But I want to know where the ghost is. And usually, like, if you go in and out a couple of times, you'll start seeing activity. And you can go through, like, some ghosts get, like, really agitated. So you can tell what things have been, like, especially if you do a map long enough, or enough times. You know, like, if anything's out of place. Shoes moved. See, it's jumping again. So when I go in that space, the ghost is getting very unhappy. Alright, so we have to capture a photo of the ghost, repel, and have a member escape. Ugh. Yesterday, hubby was playing, and I was watching. I was just, like, all cuddled up next to him and under the blankets, just watching him play. He was playing with a group of friends, and they get freezing temps. Well, the first thing they get is UV. Second thing they get is ghost riding. And I'm like, this is a demon. You guys haven't been in this house very long. So, this is a demon. And it's going to start hunting, because as soon as they got the second piece of evidence, and my hubby ran to he ran to a cupboard, a closet, and hid. And I I kid you not, that ghost started hunting. I was like, I told you guys, this is demon. They held out. They didn't mark anything. And it started hunting again. I'm like, I'm telling you guys, it is a demon. And finally, they get freezing temperatures, and that was their, the final piece of evidence. I was like, I told you guys it was a demon. Those things are, like, relentless. So, yeah, they got, 2 people had to die before... before they got that last piece of evidence, which was the freezing temps, because it was UV, ghost riding, and then, oh, here's the bone. I rarely get it in this spot. I rarely get it in this spot, to be honest. I think it might be, it's in this area, because you can tell when things have been moved. Yeah, I'm pretty certain it's in this area here. So I'll set up in this corner. I'll drop this because I've already got the bone. I already got the cursed object. Lately when I've been playing Camp Woodwind, it has been the summoning circle. It's like, it just threw something at me. I was like, can you guys just like give me something else, because I'm not particularly happy with the summoning circle. The summoning circle, you light it and the ghost will like appear. And so I'm like, I think I'll be too lucky with that. I don't know where this ghost is going to be spawning, so I'm going to put like this here. And then I probably will put this on here. So that way it gets both. Well, actually, let's go ahead and put it on the floor here, and then I'll put the other one over here. I'll end this. Got us in the center. I need to start bringing 2 of everything. It has been very quiet. Like, it has been, actually, I should do that. Crucifix, and it's been very quiet. So, not too sure what's going on with that. I'm gonna change my camera view. Because I'll take the camera next. I'll take that with me. I'm at 79. Yeah, if it was anything like a demon, it would have hunted already. Or it will hunt. So, I try not to worry too much about what it might be. I got ghost orbs. So I'm gonna put it right here. And I got that. Oh, we got dots too. And put this like right here. That way it overlaps with the other one. And then I'll put this right here. Alright, so we have dots. So we have ghost orbs, we have dots. Dots, ghost orbs. Banshee maybe? Usually Banshee's like really active. So we'll see. And EMF 5. So Raju. That's the first time I've ever gotten like and the ghost orbs move. I hate when it does that. No joke that they moved. All I gotta do is get pictures now. And I get a picture of the ghost. So. And the reason I know I got EMF 5 is that EMF 5 spike. It's not always guaranteed, but it's never steered me wrong. Yeah, see, there's another EMF 5 spike. And it goes up to a 7. See what that giant right here, where it goes from 0 to 5? Yeah. EMF 5 spike. It's got to go 5 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or it can jump from like 1 to 6, or 2 to 7, or 3 to 8. So it's a very unhappy ghost. Take some sanity meds. My lighter, because I keep forgetting. I'll of course take stuff just to double check. But I'm 100% certain that it's gonna be a Raju. I'll get some salt here. Yeah, it's not, it just like walks in one pile of salt. What the heck? Walk in all of them. I need pictures. There we go. Alright, so who's here? It's definitely gonna be... Alright, let's go get the, UV just to be sure to rule out that. I'm not gonna get a whole lot of like pictures where they will be like reactive with the environment. It's like touching stuff. Definitely not freezing temps. It's gonna get more salt. I want to get like a picture of a ghost. I do. I feel like every time I like walk away, he's like walking into the dots. It's like, haha, I'm not gonna get a picture of me. I'm like, goodness me, goodness me. I'm not gonna be able to hide in the tent, so you have to figure out a strategy here. That should be good. Alright, maybe we'll get a picture. I've got one instant, so I should probably get another. He's walking, like, he walked in the salt again, so that's a good thing. I could, like, round them or loop it around the table, I guess. And I could hide right there. Creepy, huh? Guess there's something at me. It's not happy. Alright, that should be... Oh, I got a picture of Disturbed Soul. It's a 1 star. Which is not... That's messed up. Oh, it's Disturbed Salt and not a ghost picture? Oh, that's not happy. That's not happy. That's not happy. You know, that is messed up. Well, I can't take any more pictures now because I just, like, it didn't, like, register until after I took that picture. Ugh. Let's just go. That is messed up because I don't want to do these. I don't want to do those. I'm not too good at looping. I'm not good at looping. I could try. I could try. I'll lose everything. So, I'd rather just take the win and go. Because I got the pictures. I got the ghost. Got the bone. So we'll just try another attempt. We shall see if I'm right about this. EMF 5. Alright. Perfect. Oh, sweet. I was waiting for dots. Definitely upgrading that. Let's go down to this and make sure that I've got it. There we go. Perfect. I'm getting there. I am getting there. I'm not even going to remotely do the flasher or the thermometer. Well, I guess I could do the thermometer. Or that's EMF. No, the thermometer is what I need. EMF reader. I like the dots. the 5 dots on top, because if you set a camera like down next to it, like say that you're by yourself and you're like in a big area, and you put a camera next to it, you'll be able to see the dots, like all 5 dots. It's easier to spot. So I play solo most of the time. I would say a majority of the time. So it's better for me. Like if I'm going into like Sunny Meadows or something, and I didn't want to be in that building, then I'll use that. It's just easier. Um. Oh, I'm a long way from the sanity medication and everything else. It looks like my next is gonna be the video camera, and then the tripod. The tripod honestly isn't something I'm too eager for. It's just more sturdy, so you can't have the ghost knock it over, and they do knock it over. Um, I had one. We had a level 3.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation. Got the intel. Looks like this is going to be a tough one.
I'm gonna message Hubby real quick. He's at work.
They left in a hurry.
On there. I forgot to turn my sound on, so I'm gonna have to put my phone like right in front of me so I can see when his message pops up. Alright, let's see. Sanity, scoop the ghost hunt, and firelights. Easy enough, and it's raining. I prefer rain over snow, to be honest. There. I was telling him, I was like, I can't wait for the day where you don't have to go to work. You could just retire. That's like one of our dreams. Just be able to enjoy and travel together. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-doo. I honestly think that that would be fair. You know how you get to retire when you're like 65 or so? You get to enjoy your golden years, as they say. Well, I'm like, okay, what about those of us who are given a life expectancy of like not that long? Like, I hope I do. Like, I hope I am able to live into my 60s, 70s. That would be a blessing. But, you know, nobody knows. Nobody knows when they're gonna go. And but those of us, we have a disease or something that it's gonna like it does. It's like, okay, we don't have a life expectancy of a normal person. Like, we're aware that we could die sooner. So I'm like, if you have a life expectancy and you're not like, they don't think that you're going to live into your 60s and get there. I definitely think that they should allow you to retire and take retirement, so that way you can actually enjoy your life with your loved ones and not have to worry about working, because these are my golden years. You know, I don't know if I'm going to be able to live until I'm 60. I don't even know if I'm going to live until I'm 50, and I don't want to work all up into that time. I don't want to work until I die. So I definitely think our government should do better. But like, the things I've been finding, it's like I know our government doesn't care. The people who run our government don't care about us. No government does, honestly. I know where that's at. It's there. I just heard some jingling at the tables. It's an unhappy ghost. Like, I heard some movement over here at the picture tables. But that's just my 2 cents. I am living a good life right now. I've got everything I need. I've got a loving husband who loves me. I've got people who care about me. So I'm not even, I need to get my lighter. I keep forgetting. Get the lighter. I think I need a firelight too, right? Yeah, firelight. I'm gonna drop the EMF, over here. I know it came from over here. Let's try temperature. 9 degrees. 10 degrees. 0.7. Oh, it's in this scent. Okay. It's like wreaking havoc. Yeah, first thing I'm gonna do is crucifix and then dots. There we go. It was definitely not going to be EMF 5. I don't know if that was dots or just a camera glitch. I'm not even going to call it dots. I don't see anything on the tent, so we'll leave that there. I still gotta find the bone, and then, put the other crucifix. Oh, there's dots. Alright, so we have dots, for sure. Alright. So we have dots. Ghost photo. Yay! Not that I need it. But I got a ghost photo. Alright, so we have spirit box and dots. Oh dear. It could be, if it's a wraith, that's gonna be a pain. Let's do a wraith test immediately. And then I'm gonna put another cruci down because I don't trust. Alright, it touched the tent. Yeah, no UV. That creeped me out. I'm not getting EMF 5 though, that's the thing. So we'll see. I'm gonna go get a motion sensor. Yeah, it went 1 to 7. So I'm assuming it's gonna be a wraith. Take sanity medication. I can get my sanity below 0, below 25 after. I just want to make sure I get the ghost and get some pictures first. And then we'll worry about everything else. Actually, I'll put on the cooler. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a wraith. I don't care too much for wraiths, to be honest. Getting pictures of them is, because you only get one ghost photo. And that's it. You can't just keep taking multiple pictures of the ghost. And it's, like, not fair. I can go on that scent at least. Um, no luck with the bone. Turn on this Jenny. Summoning circle again. I think this game has something against me. It's like forcing me. It's like you're gonna have to use it one one of these days. You can't just keep going and ignoring it. Bone. I don't. Oh, here it is. Bone. What I'm gonna do is put this over here. Ugh. Wraiths. It's certain stuff, and I need to get the parabolic because I need to do the rest of my weekly. And I also need the firelight. So. This is just. So it goes 1 to 5 right there. That would be not an EMF 5 spike. But the other one where it goes, it went 1 to 6. So if it jumps 5 points or more, it most likely is going to be EMF 5. This is for sure a wraith, though. Because of the... firelight. And now I can pick this up in case he starts to chase me. It's got plenty of things to throw, so I'm hoping I can get yeah, there's my EMF 5 for sure. See, it's just gonna give me all these interactions, and it'll start hunting. Hopefully, I've got this to cover my butt. I got 2 crucies. Just keep aggravating it more and more. I think I need, yeah, 3 more pictures. This is a very unhappy ghost. I just need one more picture. And then, we can work on the... Those don't count, so I'm not even gonna bother taking a picture of that. When it moves that, you think that would count as an interaction. It does not count as an interaction. It was like standing right there. Did you see that light up? It's getting really agitated. I just wanted to blow out the firelight one more time. There we go. Alright, all pictures are done. Let's go ahead. I got to get the parabolic, and then I'll get the parabolic. I'll move the crucifixes, and then we will get the hunt done, because it won't. I have to get the escape. In all honesty, I don't want to worry about having to do that with the crucifix being closed. So that one will toss over here. Hopefully I moved them further enough away from the... I just threw them down. I didn't place them down. You just hear it throwing stuff. There we go. It's just hunting. Here it comes. And just like fast. Just throwing all that stuff around. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is go over here. I'm gonna open the gut and then go back. Alright, let's see if I can get some parabolic. Like actual parabolic and not just clinking. I don't think I need too many parabolics. I think I need like 2 more and then I'll be done, or 1 more. I'm not sure. It is not a happy ghost. Oh my. I don't know if we're gonna get any today. Oh, there's one. Oh, come on now. That's bogus. It's like it knows where I'm at. Doesn't hunt very long. I'm gonna call it good. I got everything on there. I got the bone, and so I will check and see though what I could take sanity medication as well. But if I am done with my parabolic, put that there for a second. Oh, I'm nowhere near. I still need to get like 4 more. Oh my goodness gracious me. Alright. I will stay here and see if we can get some parabolic. This thing is not being very, very cooperative. And I'll just stand in the tent. I know this is probably going to be like a boring stream, but while we're waiting, I can go through our daily devotional, at least. So, the daily devotional today looks like we're going to be in John. So, opening prayer. Gracious God, just as you usher in each new day, by your grace, restore us and make us whole. John chapter 1, verse 45 through 49 is today. Love reading John. Favorite is Matthew, but John. Alright, so it says, Philip went to look for Nathanael and told him, we have found the very person Moses and the prophets wrote about. His name is Jesus, the son of Joseph from Nazareth. Nazareth, exclaimed Nathanael. Can you anything good come from Nazareth? Come see for yourself, Philip replied. And as they approached, Jesus said, now here is a genuine son of Israel, a man of complete integrity. How do you know about me? Nathanael asked. Jesus replied, I could see you under the fig tree before Philip found you. Then Nathan exclaimed, Rabbi, you are the Son of God, the King of Israel. That was, I don't know, it gives me chills. I watched the Chosen, and there's people who don't agree with it. I like to watch because like I've realized that things as you grow in your faith, there's things that you don't really like to partake any longer. And that is like things that are aggressive and violent. It is the same with the video games I play. I don't have really desire to entertain myself in that manner anymore. I will on things that keep my mind occupied and that aren't violent particularly. And this right here, there's gonna be people who are like, well, you're playing this game, and I'm like, yeah, I play this game, but I don't really get a feeling of confliction when I play this game, but I know that when there's a game that I feel that confliction, that's where I'm like, okay, there's something about this that doesn't feel right. I'm not going to do it. When I try to listen to that, my intuition, I let that build, so that way I can be more discerned about, what is going to be okay for my eyes to see and witness. And I know one of the things is definitely not violence. In the Bible, it says that, and not only those that partake it, but those who also have an enjoyment in others who partake. So it would be like watching violent sports, people fighting. That's taking enjoyment in people who are doing the deed. You may not be doing it, but you're taking enjoyment in watching others do that. So, yeah, I do. I do like that. I do like that. I want to say that that's the last one. I want to say that's the fourth one. Let's go take a look. I'll keep it up just in case it wants to whisper in my ear again. But creepy. Ugh. Gonna put this down right there. Take a look at my. One more. I need one more. Sanity is at 67. Yeah, we'll just go do the last one, and then all right there. Here we go. All right, let's go. We're done. I get to the gate before it closes. Alright, so it's a wreath. We got all the photos, got the bone, got everything. Perfect game. What do we do? Perfect. Salute. And got that parabolic. So that was perfect. They'll buy things in the store. That is just to replenish this, like incense or anything that I use. Salt. One step closer to leveling up. I'm gonna do. Let's do Tanglewood Drive this time. Let's do Tanglewood Drive this time. We'll do something different, other than going to Camp Woodland. Parabolic again.
New intel. Reports of light switching. Possibly harmless, but be careful out there.
Possibly harmless. I like when they say possibly harmless because most of the time it's not gonna be harmless. Like, yeah, no, this is not a harmless ghost. Like, doors cracked open, so. I just heard clinking in there, so that might be where the ghost is. Yeah, we got an automatic EMF spike right there. But I'm not gonna say it's an EMF 5 because it curves. So it's like it went up to a 4 and then curved up to a 5. So it wasn't a straight shot. So yeah, I'm not gonna say that is there isn't. But I definitely think it's in that room. And it's very active, so this ghost is not a happy one. I'll take the EMF reader in there for sure. Some salts, and then one of these at least. Oh. Sounds like it's in the garage. Two to a 7, that's an EMF spike of a 5 right there. See where it says it goes 2 to 7? So EMF 5 is definitely on the books. And it'll like got a little bit of a ghost event go on in the garage. So, alright, let's go ahead and we'll take the other stuff that we'll need. We'll do what else? We need a firelight. Yeah, okay. And parabolic. So let's take a firelight with us. So what I'll do is just put this down here. I'm gonna take a cruiser with me. It might have been in the kitchen. I don't see anything in disarray here. Kitchen's where it's at right here. Look at it's just throwing everything around. Don't have any cold spots though. Oh, right in here. Dining room. Yeah, just knock the thing. We'll just do that for now. We'll with this. We'll click with the EMF reader. See if we have any orbs. I don't see any orbs. This one's a tricky one. You hear it just like throwing stuff. EMF 5 for sure. It is not a happy ghost. It's not a happy ghost at all. It's very unhappy. That should be good there. Alright, so if the EMF 5 is confirmed, it's definitely throwing stuff around, so it's not a happy one. We'll take this, and then this. I still have my camera, so I gotta find the bones still.
Get away.
A young essay. Project killing.
So it's not a friendly ghost. We have spirit box. Oh, I hope this is not another wraith. Oh, that would be so bad. Another wraith. It's just so hard to get pictures of them. You have to wait for their interactions, and it's not fun. It's not fun. Oh, good. It's not. It is not a wraith. Oh. So we don't have UV. No UV for sure. So I'm gonna be like really happy. Okay, so it's not a wraith. That really does make me happy. All right, let's go get some more stuff. Check our sanity because we've been in there for a little bit. So wraith, I can rule out dots. It's not gonna be a one. There's no ghost orbs. There's no UV. So it's either gonna be ghost writing or freezing temps. So it's either the twins or spirit. So take that. We'll do the firelights, and then we'll try if we can get parabolic. Oh, I still have the firelight in my hand. We'll just dump this in here. We'll put it right here because I can listen to it through the door. It's not a necessity. That I go in the house for this one. Tanglewood Drive's a pretty easy one to get to. We have some there's some dirty water here. Take a picture of that. That's one that we can use. Monkey paw for our we will light the candle up. Great. Let's go find the bone. I didn't see any of there. We'll go downstairs. We gotta turn the lights on anyway. Oh, lights are already on. At least it's not a summoning circle. It just blew out the candle, the firelight. Of course, when I leave the area, it blows out the firelight. I'm like... There we go. No ghost writing. So let's check the temp. It's probably gonna be freezing temps. Yeah, right there, -3. Alright, so freezing temps, this is twins. Oh, you scared me. It scared me. Goodness me. I'm just trying to find the bone now. And then I'll get the rest of the pictures. Sometimes it'll be in the bathtub, so I always check. The bone can be in such a weird location. There it is, it's a spine. Alright, let's go get the rest of the pictures and then get out of here. So the twins can be a little trickier because they can have different spawn points, like where they can come from. So your crucifix is probably not gonna work all that well. I need one more picture. And I'm gonna get a, I'm gonna get this. I can't hide there. I can hide it here, but that's a bit of a stretch. I can hide in here. Oh, here we go. That works. Alright, so we'll get the parabolic, and then we'll call it good. Because I'm not gonna be able to escape the ghost hunt. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do this. Okay, let's just go. We got what we got. We got the twins. We have everything that we need. Those two are fine.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Of the twins. Oh, and I got that, so that's good. Let's see what else we have to do. I think the dailies might all be done now. So I have to get a Ouija board response. Still have to use cursed possessions. Not too sure on that. How close am I? I'm like really close to being 61. Which means that I'll get my tier 3 video camera. So, yeah, let's go to Camp Woodland then. I can get a good setup, hopefully. Oh, hopefully.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating. Whoever was here must have summoned the ghost with
After this, I gotta do a little bit of work.
but be careful.
And do my daily works, and then figure out what chores I need to tackle today. I don't think that there's too many that I need to do, so I guess I'll just see what keeps me occupied. Dots book. Definitely like happy when it gets a little warmer. Winter, I don't mind it. I don't mind it, but I don't like the freezing cold. I don't like the freezing cold. Like, I'm getting to the point where I'm content with temperatures that are like mild, I guess would be a good way to say it. Oh, we got orbs over here. Like I like I think they're in the tent. Yeah, they're like in the tent. I wouldn't have seen it if it didn't come out of the tent. Well, that was easy. I like 70-degree weather. And then in the winter, I prefer to have, we'll double check the orbs. Yeah, definitely in the tent. That was the luck of the draw. That I was able to capture those because I can't foresee that. I'm gonna grab this. Mark orbs down. It's just like their own stuff.
They closing.
Close to busting.
Wow.
Active killing. I'll be.
Elderly victim. Alright, got spirit box. We'll leave that there. It's definitely a really active ghosty. It's not too happy that I'm there. It's not happy at all. Look at that activity. And craziness, craziness, craziness. I really do need to take the... I don't think it's going to be an EMF 5 because it hasn't spiked. I mean, it could, but I don't think it is going to be. So, we'll just take these over there. I want to get some pictures because it's being very aggressive. Oh, and we have ghostwriting. So, temperature I don't need. Just gonna get pictures. I haven't had a mare in a while, so that's nice. That was quick too. That was quick, no lie. Parabolic firelight crucially. Alright, so we'll do firelight. We'll do some salt because we need salt. And I want to put one of these down there. Oh, shoot. I wanted to put a thing down there because I just like to have the incense. I still have to go check for the bone. I gotta check for the bone. Cursed object. Oh, there's the bone. Some salt. It's not a music box. It's a cursed mirror. I could use the mirror, so. Alright, so we got the cursed objects. Let's get more salts there. And then we'll do the parabolic. Salt is like, I need to get pictures. Just so pictures will be what we get. And then we'll work on everything else. It's not accepting any salt. I don't think it's moved. What the heck? I'm lost. It's like it went. I am lost. Yeah, maybe I won't be getting pictures after all. I don't know where the orbs are. Like, it moved. Hmm. It's still there. It's still there. It's just not being very, it's not being very, cooperative. It's still throwing stuff around. The orbs, I don't know where they went to. They disappeared. Oh, they're there. I just saw them in that blue tent. I saw an orb go through that window. Well then, um, that just like hinders everything, now doesn't it? Let's see if it's walk through any of this. No, it didn't. Here we go. Some salt. That's good. Did the firelight go? I burnt out the firelight, so that's good. I'm gonna do again because I need pictures. I should just throw all this stuff so I could take a picture. Like, I just heard something get thrown over there. I might have to just leave because this ghost is really getting under my skin. The orbs are still there. See, the orbs are in the blue tent now. Goodness gracious me. I just wanted to throw some things so I can get pictures. Well, it walked over here in this salt, so... I need 4 more pictures. Look at all the things it's thrown. It's thrown all that stuff when I'm not around. Should move the cruci. So I did not walk through that salt. I'm like, come on now. Just walk through it. Oh my. This is, this ghost is a little, cooperative, to say the least. Like, I just need 2 more pictures. And then I'll be good. I might have to go. There's that one. Oh, and then there's this one. Alright, that's all the pictures I need. Sweet. So now I just gotta do the prevents and then do the parabolic. So I might have to go get the other cruci. I'm not sure where it's gonna be. I've got places to hide, so let's just get the parabolic and see if I can listen in. We shall see. Oh, that was quick. That was quick. Alright, so parabolic is done. Now we just have to do the crucifix. And I'm not too certain where to put the crucifix, to be honest. I'm gonna put it like right here, maybe. Now it starts to walk in salt. Well, that would be an inconvenient location if that's where she spawns from. Because I've got one in that tent. I'll put it right here. Just to be sure. And I got the other crucifix. Right here. To encompass this location, because I'm not sure if this is where she'll spawn. So. Let's see. All pictures. I'm just actually gonna go. Because it's gonna take a while for my sanity to go down after taking the sanity pills. So, alright, we got the mare. We're good to go.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Not too shabby, not too shabby. There's the video camera. So happy. Alright. That wasn't too bad of a hunt. I got my upgrade to 61. We'll go to this. We'll make sure that this is marked with an increase. Sweet, that was great. Let me check my time limit here. A minute. I got an hour and 16 minutes. Okay, so I should be good. Yeah, not much going on today. It was just play a little bit, do the daily devotional. I have to start getting to work in like 15 minutes. So Yeah, go ahead and end my stream now. Not too much. It's been more of just relaxation with gaming. I just wanted to game. That's it. Stream. Do a daily devotional, which is reading just a verse from the Bible. If there's any discussion, I discuss, but um, not too much going on, honestly. I think the last couple ones before Monday were very emotional. So I think I kind of took a break from the emotional type of discussions because I don't want to have this be an everyday type of thing. Like I want Christ to always be like God's always going to be the everyday thing, but like lessons, the tough discussions, I don't want that to be an everyday thing. I don't want people to feel that heaviness all the time when they watch my stream. Um, so I'm not going to like constantly have like high emotions. So on today's, it was just more of playing the game and talking about what I talked about earlier at the beginning, and then of course doing the reading the script. So it I will say that with the world how it is right now, and the if you've been, I don't really watch the news. The only thing I ever see is like if I'm on Facebook, I'll see headlines from time to time. I try to not worry myself but what goes on in the world because I just remember what Jesus says. You know, in the Bible, I remember what God says that um, we can't really engulf ourselves in the things, the distractions, because they honestly are distractions. Like I just was on Facebook and I had a friend sharing um, this whole pandemic supposedly going on in China that is now at the EU. It's in Europe. So, and it is actually nothing new. It's been something that's been going on. It's like the flu, um, just like with COVID. Now I know people died during COVID, but it wasn't COVID that killed them. And I won't go into the conspiracy, but like I got COVID so many times. I got COVID when I was taking chemo. I got COVID when I had the weakest immune system. So the fact that I pulled through, like it knocks me on my butt. I will tell you that. Like the flu, it did. It knocked me on my butt. But I was so weak with my immune system that it was understandable that it did what it did. Now, the one thing that really made me iffy was when I went to the emergency room, and the only reason I went to the emergency room um, was just to make sure that I was I was okay. And what I was feeling was actually I was a bit dehydrated, so they just gave me some IV and that was it. I didn't have much. I didn't have to have much. It was just one bag. But they did give me IV, and then they wanted to give me another medication, supposedly to help. I declined that medication. I was like, no, I don't really feel comfortable, and I don't remember what it was, but it was what they were giving people, and people were dying due to complications of COVID, but it was actually getting after that treatment. And I was like, no, I feel fine otherwise, you know. I went through the worst part of COVID with the fever, and I was out for 5 weeks total, a little over 5 weeks. And then I had another couple of weeks to get over like the cough and stuff. So it lasted quite a while, but I was able to pull through just taking like the normal precautions that I would take with a flu. And now a cold can even knock me on my butt. Like I've been out with a cold before for a week. So, and that was just a normal cold. It really depends with my body, especially when I was going through chemo treatment at the at that point in time. Now, after my chemo was done, after I had been on it, off of it for a while, I ended up getting COVID again, and this time it was paired with influenza A, I believe. It was like I had two. It started off with a weird feeling, like I just felt off. It didn't start with a fever, it didn't start with a cough, it didn't start with anything. I just felt off. And I felt like really strange. Like I could feel like deep in my body. And I was like, okay, I think this was just my senses picking up that something was starting to brew. So I got off of work, and my hubby took me to the emergency room that day, and I got tested. And lo and behold, I tested positive for COVID and influenza A. So I was out of work for I was only out of work for a week, for exactly 7 days, and then I was back at it. It didn't last that long. I lost my taste, but it only lasted for a little bit, and I got back. My sense of taste came back. I would say after just a couple of days. So it was progressively worse when I first got it, but that was because I was going through chemo treatment. Hubby got when I got COVID, we actually were exposed to it at the same time. The very first time that we got COVID, a friend of ours took us to his parents' house because they were having a barbecue, and we were invited. And he was like, "Oh, my dad's sick, but it shouldn't be anything." And it's like, he's just getting over a cold, and it was just supposedly a cold, but it ended up he come back COVID positive. But this was like several days after the fact, so we had already been exposed, and I started already showing symptoms. I started coughing when he told us, and he was like, "You might want to get tested because you might have it with your cough." And so I did. I ended up getting tested, and it came back positive. And then hubby started to feel crummy. I would say 2 days later, he tested positive. So it took him. He was out for almost 3 weeks, and I was out for a little over 5 weeks. I actually ended up losing my job over that. So because of there's nothing that protects people like me when you have a weakened immune system or when you're immunocompromised. Even though I did have a reason why, because I was going through active chemo treatment, and it didn't. The incubation period, that period, they go for everybody. They don't, and when you're immunocompromised, it takes longer. And I tried to tell them that, but to no avail. So I ended up losing my job, getting sick through the COVID thing. So it didn't really bother me. I hated that job anyway. They treated their employees like garbage. So I think that was just a pivotal moment where it's like, okay, you're done here, and this is me telling you that you're done. Oh, so I guess tomorrow I have a day off. Great. So the entire day will be closed. Okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Oh, okay. But yeah, it was an interesting. So when I saw that on Facebook, it was just like here we go again type of moment. But I still had this little flag that went up. You know, that intuition where you're like, okay, something's definitely not right with this scenario. That flag was like waving like high. um, and so I don't watch the news because because of all the propaganda that they put out there. And if you haven't, if you're not really too sure of what's going on in the world, you see all these people that they have all these conspiracies, right? Um, it will shock you to discover that a lot of these things that people call conspiracies are actually 100% true. And sometimes they can be way worse than what's actually been led on. I would suggest that there is a documentary out there. It's really lengthy. There's two different parts. You've got the first part, which is it's just 10 different sections, and then you have the sequel, and that one it goes way longer. Like I think I'm on episode 16 or 17 on the sequel, and it just it gets deeper and deeper. The Fall of the Cabal. Highly recommend that. You can look on the internet for it. That's been removed from a lot of the platforms because it exposes a lot of truth of what's going on in our government. The first part is very important to watch first because it takes you from the beginning to current, and then the sequel takes you through even more. It dives deeper and deeper into each into each sector of our government and of the world. And so the Fall of the Cabal, definitely highly recommend it. And also if you're finding your faith and you want to know the truth about the Antichrist and how that it's already like the first domino had already fallen, and we're in the last of days. Like, if you want to learn about that and just be prepared, just go in with an open mind, because a lot of the things that you learn in this documentary, the Catholic Church, which is the one who's kind of like teaching most people, because it starts with the Catholic Church and then you go down to like evangelical and all the little branches of other churches, because they kind of joined in because they stopped fighting, like celebrating Christmas, the New Year, when worship, the actual Sabbath. They stopped fighting the teaching that's going on right now. Like, I learned in school that, and I'm not going to Sunday school. Like, I learned in church that we're supposed to worship on Sundays, but that's the first of the week, not the last day of the week. And we're actually supposed to keep Sabbath from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. I was not taught that. I was taught that we're supposed to do that on Sunday. I was told that Christmas was Christ's birthday, which is incorrect. It's odds are he's most likely born in September. But like, if God intended us to worship the day that Jesus was born, he would have been very clear on when he was born. So he was very clear on when he died. That's the day that we're supposed to remember, because he died for our sins. We're supposed to remember that day, that sacrifice that was made. That's the day, and that's Passover, and all that is also like not like celebrated. And then you have the Catholic Church, where they have the I can't remember what it's called, where you take your what is it called? The confession booth. You have the confessional booth, and then you have the bread and the blood, the communion. They don't tell people that you're not supposed to do all that, because that is pretty much saying that what Christ did wasn't enough. Like, when he died for our sins, that wasn't enough. So it goes really into that. So that documentary is called The Days of Noah. It starts with part 1. It's a 4-part series. Highly worth. I can rewatch it over and over, and I pick and learn new things. It's very detailed, and it talks about. It actually shows proof too, which is mind blowing, about the flood. Like, there's proof that the flood occurred, and it talks about how society these days, especially with the evolution movement, with Darwin and all that, that the reason that that was picked up is to pull us away from Christ, like pull us away from God. And when you put these dots together, you sound like a lunatic for other people. And I have personally come to terms with that because I'm going to sound crazy when I talk to people. I could talk to my own family, and my own family just is pretty much getting close to done. I think with my discussion, because it's like every time I'm trying to mend our relationship because of the strain that was put on there, from what they've done to me up until I left. But it's something that they're not willing to like recognize, I guess. No one ever reaches out to me. No one ever. I can go like months without talking to anybody, and nobody will check in on me. I have to be the one to reach out. I'm the one who's trying to, like, I want to have a relationship with my family, but I'm the only one who's putting that effort in, and it's draining. And the reason is that, and I think this is a big part, is that I am with somebody that they said I would not be able to be with. Like, they, when I first got with my hubby, they're like, "Oh, you're gonna come crawling back to us in a couple of months." Like, they were not happy that I was leaving. And the reason for that is that I was a big part of their cash flow. I had a really good job. I was bringing money in, and I did something really stupid, which is I used their bank account. They put my name on it, but I wasn't able to get any information. Like, I wasn't able to withdraw money and stuff. So, like, I didn't have a debit card, so I didn't have access to my own money. I know, stupid. So I put my money in directly into their bank account, and I never was able to use my own money. Like, I would make it, but it would be gone. And then the times that I were, like, if I had a bill that needed to be paid, and there are times I remember saying, "Okay, I need this much money out of my paycheck to pay this bill." I'm like, "Oh, there's nothing. I'm sorry, can't do it." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And it's like, "Yeah, there's nothing." And I'm like, "Okay, what happened to my money? What happened to my $700 check that just was deposited in?" So, yeah, it was really difficult to be taken advantage of, especially with people that you feel supposed to, like, protect you, and are supposed to love you unconditionally. But the thing that I figured out is that your family, you're put in your family because you're born. You know, your parents don't choose you. Your siblings don't choose you. You're just born into your family, so it's like they feel like they're required to. And as you get older, you start to feel that strain, because you don't feel loved. Sheesh. There was a time, I think I was like 6 years old. I did not feel wanted by my family, and I actually did go up to my mom, and I was like, I remember walking up to her, I was like, "Do you love me?" And she just scolded me, and she slammed the door, and she shut the door. I was just like really unsure about my family even caring about me. And as I got older, there was a part, I want to say 10 years old, 10 or 11. This period of time, I was having a really hard time in school because I didn't fit in. I didn't fit in with the world. I didn't have the same views as people. I had different values. I didn't feel like I belonged. Like, I didn't feel like I was human because I didn't share the traits of everybody else. Like, all the kids around me were caring about things that I didn't care about. And my family was caring about things that I didn't. People having everything that they needed. I cared about being kind. I cared about loving people, and I even extended that to, there was 1 year in school. This is before, so I'll go back a couple years, and I was about, I want to say 8, 9 years old, and I was in school, and there was this girl who was a bully, and she was a popular girl, and when she was around other people, she was mean, but she was by herself, she was not. She had come. I was skipping lunch. I was at the library, and I had this fascination with Victorian era fashion. So I was reading Victorian era books and looking up the fashion, and I was drawing dresses. She came up and sat down and talked to me for a little bit, and come to find out that the one thing that she did not realize is that when she was not around the people who she thought were her friends, they would actually talk bad about her. Her mother and her father were divorced, and her mom would come pick her up, and her mom was severely obese. So she would get bullied, but they wouldn't do it to her face because she was pretty. Like, she was very pretty. And she wouldn't, like, they wouldn't do it to her face because they were in it for themselves. Like, because she was pretty, that means that she was automatically popular. I don't understand the way that goes, how people perceive, because I was pretty, but I was weird. I was quiet, and I didn't let my light shine because I didn't want the attention. But I honestly do think that when people are building themselves up and they have this inflated ego, they think that they're better than everybody else. But then there's that wall that comes crashing down, that they've built up, that they are better than everybody else, when they realize that the people that they thought were their friends were doing the same thing to them that they did to everybody else. The only reason that those people were pretending is because that person had money, because she was from a wealthy family, and because of their looks, which would be like the boys, of course. She had a lot of boys that would be around her. So it was really heartbreaking to see somebody with that delusion of finally realize the truth. That the people that they thought were friends were not friends at all. They're just in it for themselves. It's karma, I guess. It's the seeds that you sow. They sowed bad seeds because they used people as well. She used people because she talked about people all the time as well. So she bullied them and used them, and now she's getting the same in return, finding out that her friends that she thought were friends are using her, but also talking bad about her behind her back because of her mom and her living situation with her parents being divorced. So it was really interesting to see the tables turn. But anyway, we'll go back to this story. So I was in I was in a school that was far off. This is the same school I was talking about, but this is not the same school. I'm sorry. This is a different school that was talked about because we had moved to another place. It's called Town and Country in Florida. So Town and Country is a subdivision community in Tampa. We moved there, and the school bus ride, I had to take 2 different school buses to get to my school because we lived pretty far away. So we'd have like a junction. Well, I went to the school and I didn't like it. Like, I didn't want to go to school. I didn't like the school. But the main reason that I didn't want to go to school is because I didn't feel like I was wanted by my family. And in my head, for some reason, I was thinking that if I go to school, one of these days, I'm going to come home and there's not going to be anybody here. They're going to have packed up and left me because they don't want me here. They don't want me and they want to get rid of me. So that's how I felt. I didn't feel like I was wanted by my family. I didn't feel like I was, like my brother was mean to me and my younger brother could care less if I existed. My dad worked a lot, and my mom, I always got a feeling from her that she didn't ever want me. And it was made clear because I was not a planned child. I was an accident. Whereas everybody else in my family and my siblings were planned. So, like I was always like my brother would tell me I'm an accident, I wasn't wanted. Um, and honestly, that's how I felt. That's how they made me feel with how they treated me. Um, there were years where, when I was a kid, that my birthday was forgotten. Um, there's even once that I ran away. I didn't really ran away, but I was like hiding, and no one ever came looking for me. So I came to the conclusion that I was not wanted. I remember at 11 years old, like, I came home from school destroyed because I was being tormented on the bus again. And I, honestly, I think that was the first time I've ever thought about suicide. Is when I was 11. Um, it was the hardest part of being a kid for me. Um, and honestly, I don't know what got me through it. I don't. I think I had to have been God being there with me to give me his strength because I didn't, like, looking back, I felt so defeated. Um, I didn't have friends at school. I was bullied all the time because I was quiet. I was too nice. And then if people would pretend to be nice to me, it was because that they were making fun of me. So I wouldn't say I was ugly. I wasn't ugly in any part of the word. I've always been, I would say, a really cute kid. I always got attention from people I didn't want attention from. I developed early, and I'm thinking that's the reason why I was so pinpointed as being the bully type, because especially from girls, because I was developing. Um, I started to develop early. I was an early bloomer, and when I was a kid, I looked like just a miniature woman. You know, I was slim and I had boobs. So I looked like a miniature woman. I was approached by guys all the time. It made me sick. One of my dad's co-workers, friends, he made a move on me a couple of times. And it was just, at that time, I had no idea. But now looking back to my stomach to know what the intentions were. Because I didn't know, I didn't know what was going on. I wasn't a kid who was active in that way. I didn't think about boys until I was a preteen, and almost 13 years old. So I didn't really have that mindset. But I was being targeted by grown men. Like, my family took me out. We had a one out to dinner. My parents took us to Burger King. I went up to go get ketchup, and this guy who had been in his mid-20s or so was hitting on me. Like, he was flirting with me, and I was a child. Like, I want to say I was between 10 to 12. I was in that range. I don't exactly remember when. I know that I was developing at that time, so I was wearing like a trainer bra, so I had boobs. Um, yeah, and he was hitting on me. So that's those memories. I didn't think anything of it at the time, but I'm looking back and I'm like, oh, it's so disgusting. I feel it makes me feel gross just thinking about that, and I feel so bad for my younger self. But it's just this world is gone. It's gotten so much worse. It's gotten so much worse with what's going on now, especially when it comes to children, and how they're getting them so used to that world so young. And they shouldn't be. You should let them be kids, but I gotta tell you, it's just getting so crazy. But that's like the part of it. Like, I never, I never really felt like I fit in this world, and I still don't to this day. I still don't feel like I'm from here. I know I'm human, but I don't feel human. I don't feel like I'm a part of this world. Like, I don't have this same. Like, I don't. When people bring up things to me, it's like I'm looking at them, I'm like, how does this even matter to you? Like, how does this matter to you? Why are you so caught up on this? Why are you so excited about this? Or if people boast about having, things that are expensive, and it's like, okay, what does that do to serve your life? Is that, like, how does it make you happy? It's only temporary, but how does that benefit other people around you? Like, you bought a belt that cost $300. You bought a purse that cost $500. You bought a car, a car that cost, $200,000-$300,000 just for clout. I get that you want to spoil yourself. Of course, everybody deserves to be treated to something nice, especially if you're working hard for it. Don't get me wrong. But think of it in this perspective. How is that necessary? How is that going to better those around you? It doesn't better anybody but yourself. To me, it's greedy. Like, I think, and this is just my opinion, and I'm all for people wanting to treat themselves. I mean, that's fine. But if you have a wardrobe that just is dresses that cost $300 to $500, shoes that cost $600, purses that cost thousands of dollars, like, I'm talking about everything. That's not a treat. That is living a very lavish lifestyle. And I don't understand the me concept. That is the part of the world I can never get behind. I'm always thinking about other people. It's like, I could easily get this, but if I get this is cheaper, I'll be able to have this much money to give to others. I'll be able to have this much money to give back to people. Like, if you're buying a car that's $1.5 million, you could go buy a car that is just as, they have cars that look really nice, that make sense, like, that'll get you to point A to point B. You're still in luxury, but you would be spending like $60,000, and the rest of that you'd be able to give out to people. There are people in our country, in America, who are starving, who are going homeless, and we have people who they have no shortage of money, and they're buying all these things. And I'm talking about the elite, like the movie stars and stuff, the people who just are so they're so self-centered, and the world revolves around them type, that it makes me sick. And it's disgusting how our world works in that event, that you have people, and then you have these people who are going through hardships that it doesn't even matter to them. And don't get me started on the charities they give to. They give to charities like the Bill Gates Foundation. That money doesn't even go to anybody. That just goes to other of their charities, and those charities gives it back to them. A very, 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 very tiny portion goes to anybody, and when it does, it goes to research to kill other people. Like what Bill Gates did in Africa. forcing immunizations that left millions dead, and they're children. Like, they're giving to these. Like, it is really time to wake up and take our world back. That's all I'm gonna say. I should probably get going before I start ranting some more. Thanks for if you watch this far ahead. Thanks. It's a lot of ranting. On my views, if you share the same views, if you have woken up and you realize the same, we are the minority, unfortunately. Majority are still in the matrix. They're still asleep. And if you're waking up and you're wanting to tell people, I want to let you know that when you start waking up and you're trying to share this with people, you're excited. You're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Be prepared for backlash. Be prepared for people to say, what are you talking about? Did you lose it? Be prepared for that, because that will happen. That will happen. There are people around you that most likely will take it. Like, if there's your ride or dies, people who care a lot about you and they know you, those people you're going to be able to wake up. Those people you're going to be able to pull from the matrix, because they're already starting by being around you. But once you wake up and then you're able to see and show them, you'll be able to get them on board. But just be prepared to know that not everybody is willing to wake up, because they're comfortable in their own little sense that the world is fine, that everything is fine. They don't want to face the hard reality. They don't want to face the harsh truth that we are going to be held accountable for how we act, what we do, what we say. We're going to be held accountable. We do have someone who just judge us, and righteously so. He judges us righteously so, because he's so merciful. They don't want to take that accountability, and they will stay asleep because that's comfortable to them. They don't know what's coming. They don't know what that means. And I feel so bad for them, but we can't do anything for them. All we could do is pray, keep putting those seeds, those good seeds out there, and hopefully one day they will wake up and realize before it's too late. But don't dwell on it, because if you dwell on it, you could easily fall into the categories where people will they'll slap a mental illness on you or something to keep you quiet. So don't try too hard with people. What we're supposed to do is get those people who are on the border, those people that are lukewarm, who don't know which way to go. We're supposed to reach out to those people. We're supposed to help them realize and recognize that, because they have that burning desire in them, but they're just unsure. We're supposed to help those people. We're not supposed to help the people who are so far gone that they just are unwilling to see anything beyond what they know. Like, they don't want to see anything past their nose. They want to stay so closed in because it's comfortable to them. So again, 2 documentaries worth watching. The Fall of the Cabal. Again, first part 1 through 10. Second is a sequel. It goes, I think, well into the 20s, 25, I think. So 1 through 25 or so. I'm on, I want to say, episode 15 of that. I had to take a break because it was really hard for me to digest, because it's so disgusting and sickening that this stuff goes on in our world, and people have allowed it to happen. As you're watching these documentaries, I don't want you to panic. I don't want you to be worried. This is not to scare you. In fact, if you're awake, you're going to actually be excited, because you're like, all this stuff has happened, but what's going on right now in our world is it's starting to come to light. God says itself, what's done in the dark always comes to light. And now, with 2025 as a year that is kind of like the kickoff to things being revealed, we're going to start seeing a lot of things happen. And it might seem scary to some. You might have friends going, oh my gosh, I'm so worried. But you're going to have some sense of calmness. You're going to have this weird sense of like relief because it's like finally. And you know what's going to happen. It's like once you get awake, you get these downloads, and you're kind of giving sneak peeks into what's going to happen. And that's like, you're like, oh, this is awful, but it's not awful to you. You are like, okay, I'm excited for this change. It's finally going to happen. We're finally seeing justice. Because Satan has ruled the world so long. He has hurt people and killed people, and he has ran amok. So when things start to happen, people are going to say it's destructive, but we're going to be like, no, this is going to be the phoenix, where you burn. Because we've already felt it. We've already gone through that ourselves. We've gone through it personally. Like, we've died, we've burned, and then from those ashes we rose up anew. And we know that has to happen to the world. The world has to burn. And not in the sense, like a literal sense, but it has to burn. And then it has to be born anew. So we're excited for what's coming because we know what the outcome is after. We know all the destruction that is taking place is going to birth something so much better and so great that it's going to be worth going through this tribulation period. It's going to be worth going through this suffering because we went through suffering ourselves. We went through suffering. We went through a lot of pain and anguish to get to the point of rebirth. So we know personally, and these other people who are just at that tip part, like they just started to wake up, they have to go through that birthing process, but they're going through it at the same time that the world's going through it. So to them, everything's crumbling. So we just have to be there to be that support. We have to be there to be to let them know that everything's going to be okay. It might seem bad now, but just stick with it. Don't give up, and just God's good. He's going to take care of us. Don't worry about the things. Don't worry about the things. He's going to make sure you have everything that you have and you need. It's not you might not have everything you want, but you'll have everything that you need to get you through. You might have to settle for food that's less than desirable. Your meals might be different, but as you grow and you walk, you find that your appetite changes anyway, and you eat less and less and less, and it's not a necessity. God has said himself that a man should not live on bread alone. So, you'll start finding that taking part. So once you do that, you'll be able to help other people recognize it as well. And you're here for support and to assist people who want to be assisted. Do not dwell on the people who don't want it. That is not our job is not to do anything in that manner. You'll be able to recognize the people that are for it and the people who are so closed off that they don't want to hear anything. You'll want to avoid losing yourself. Hey, stop barking. Hey, stop it. My dog's grumbling. Again, hey, I am trying to talk. So again, don't dwell. And it's going to be hard because there are going to be a lot of family members that you're going to be like, I love them so much and I want to protect them and I want to save them, but you're not going to be able to because they're so closed-minded. That's nothing that you can help, and it's not your job to do so. Again, your job is to support the people who are on the fence, the people who are lukewarm, and you're supposed to bring them closer to awakening. The people who are so far in the matrix, so far asleep that they take too much comfort. They don't want to leave behind what they like, which are like the sins, the vices. They don't want to leave that stuff behind. There's nothing you can do. You're just going to hurt yourself more and more if you try to squeeze these people. So just, if they come to you and they're willing to have an open mind, that's great. Go for it, but don't try to push it. Okay. Anyway, I better get going. Doggos are ready to go outside, and I need to get to work. I seriously do need to start working. Um, I am almost a half hour late starting my day. So, yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. I'll talk more about this on Friday. Maybe I'll do an impromptu stream tomorrow, and we'll discuss more about the Matrix, more about what goes on. But yeah, right now I should probably get going. You guys have a great day. Have a great rest of your week. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying the Phasmophobia. I don't have a lot of other games that I play, so it might get boring. But if you stick around, I appreciate it. And if you're watching this while I'm no longer around, then yeah, just keep watching my streams going forward. There's going to be more information released, especially as things continue to get worse. I say worse because it's going to appear to be bad. But yeah, just continue watching. And I'm sorry for the standstills, but when I talk about this stuff, it's just like I want to focus on and be sincere, because it really is no laughing matter. It is very it is important, because it's like it's your soul and it's our future. We want to make sure that people hear and know the truth, and I want to spread it. So again, 2 documentaries to watch: Fall of the Cabal and then The 7 Days of Noah. Fall of the Cabal is 2 different parts. You have part 1 that is 1 through 10. The sequel is, I believe, 1 through 25. So, and then The Days of Noah, they're about an hour or so long each, 4 different parts. You have part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. Part 4 is the ending. Part 4 tells you about the coming of Christ. Part 1 through 3 walk you through it. Very important that you watch all of them. You can watch them in order, preferably watch them in order, because you're going to get an understanding. I rewatch them constantly because I'm getting more and more information through these. I like to, I read the Bible, watch that, and it ties in because they go with proof. Like the Days of Noah, they have proof, biblical proof, not that hearsay, not what the Bible's it's what the Bible says. It's not like the Catholic Church where it's like this is what I interpreted as, so this is what's true. Or of pastors who are a part of the world, and they're teaching the false doctrine. They will say that this is what I interpret it, and this is what's true. So yeah, this is reading the Bible for yourself. They go through the Bible. It's biblically accurate. They have biblical proof, and it's worth a watch. It's worth a watch. Trust me. Anyway, gotta go. Thanks again for watching. You guys have a great day. Have a blessed week ahead as well. And I will. I'll catch you on the next one. Remember, if you're going through a dark time, or if you feel like you don't belong in this world, you're not alone, and you are wanted. You are loved beyond comprehension, and you matter to this world.